Okay, this is day 116, part 2, and if you saw my earlier version today, you saw that there was this deal here between the UAE for shipping and also the Russians, and the company was called Club K, or at least the weapon system was called Club K. So literally, we have a 35-year no-bid deal that was passed by CFIUS and Jack Lew in the Treasury after 1 hour of deliberation, where we have the top second right-hand man in Russia dealing with weapons systems, containerized weapon systems, and the top nuclear scientist to Iraq and Iran. So now, is this the perfect place to ship people nuclear fuel as well as nuclear weapons and components of nuclear systems? Yes, it is. So if you don't remember Club K systems, these are these container ship based weapons. Here's they are for a reminder. About the same size as the littoral ships there, right there, the bay. Very inconspicuous, can really be stationed anywhere around the world, all over the country. Just could be sitting out in the field. Of course, moved by rail yards for massive batteries as well. Of course, any place within a coastal area could be easily reached. And then after the missiles are fired, then you can immediately just close it back up and not even know where it came from. And as long as you control these key NSA areas like Fort Gordon that have all the NASA type information and all the satellite information, which we do through Five Eyes, then no one will know the better. It'll fire off and you'll only see it for a flash. And that's the idea. Now, if we have the nuclear material coming in here, okay, this is where our Trident submarines are coming in. To me, I would be taking the HEU around in Trident submarines and then trucking it up to Oak Ridge, which is kind of a safe and secure area. Now, the reason why I put Charleston on here is we know that transport logistics was coming in through Charleston in 2005. This is where the HEU is supposed to be coming in, as well as waste is coming in as well. So now here is our radar system. You got to control this radar system, and basically different listening posts feed information into this kind of nerve center, and this is very important to control if you're going to do this on a surreptitious basis. Okay, so sorry about that. So there's maybe the reality winner explanation. I had said that there was 2 whistleblowers from this that had gone up to, now some people say that's Larry Klayman, but I say that they went up about this time last year to talk to Devin Nunes and said, hey, wait a minute, you're doing all kinds of listening to all kinds of different people down here at Fort Gordon, but it's also geolocation. I want to stress I am adding geolocation. This was the new thing. It's not public yet, but that we weren't just wiretapping people, we were geolocating them. I believe this is going to be in that memo with Adam Schiff, that one of the things that's going to get canceled out is the use of geolocation, how extensively we use that. So basically we just marry the cell phone to the different kinds of geolocation sources. Okay, having said that, here's Charlotte. Here's where our non-conventional warfare system is for the Navy. This is where we're going to run all of our social media experimentation and so forth out of to create fake news. And there is Sharon Harris nuclear plant, where we're going to store our spent fuel rods. We're going to be able to outfit our ships and submarines and so forth with that highly enriched uranium coming in here. So that's a quick fuel line there. That may be why Mark Warner is so interested in being a part of this whole discussion. And we've got Mark Lambert with TLI shipping. He's got TLI trucking. We've got Mark Lambert to take it all around for the whole nuclear fuel cycle, but then we also got him to ship it up here to the Port of Wilmington for armament. And we've got Dow Chemical obviously up there, and we've got DuPont for the latest and greatest weapons outfitting. So you basically can store this kind of material all over the country, looking very innocuous in different yards and so forth as just containers, and then pick it off the line and put it into operation depending on where you would have. If you have an outbreak here in Fort Wayne, you can just encircle, cut off I-69 on both sides, and now you've got Fort Wayne encircled, and you've got weapon system, either ballistic, nuclear, or chemical. So this works great in a Jade Helm type of situation, but it works all over the world. You can basically be a covert arms supplier all over the world now. Now, the question here is Rosatom. Rosatom, if you don't remember, is the company that John Podesta goes into business with uranium-1. We know the uranium's either coming in here in Charleston or it's coming here in Port Canaveral through the Navy ships. Okay, probably the Navy HEUs coming in here, and probably the stuff supposedly intended for power plants is coming into Charleston. We know Savannah River Site's down here. We could store it there for a while, etc. Okay, so the next question is, what is ARMZ? John Podesta has a company called ARMZ. Is ARMZ, because he's dealing with Sechin, and Carter Page leads us directly to Sechin, Navy Intel Carter Page leads us directly to Sechin, we know that Navy Intel has probably negotiated this deal down here. Just putting two and two together, and a beautiful thing about Hillary is she leads you directly to the key players in the businesses with her own operatives. It's a beautiful thing. So if that is true, then we basically have the whole problem solved. We'll find out in Discovery as we go to ARMZ and say, okay, what is ARMZ? This company here, that makes this Club K, is called Concern. With a K, it's spelled with a K in Russian, but it's called Concern. So this is a going concern. This is Concern Partners here. Is this the 1100 Frank Juster Partners? Is it a combination of Navy Intel people, combination of nuclear industry people, a combination of intelligence officers, very much like the Nazi paperclip, only for this Russian paperclip? And then again, if you look at another conspirator that Hillary has so kindly brought us, is going to be this guy named Sergei Millian. Okay, Sergei Millian is, if you don't remember, it was rumored that he had died in this plane crash, okay, but he's the guy talking to Christopher Steele. Now, he changed his name to Kocuts, but it really, to me, looks like cutouts, you know. So, like, your job, Sergei, is to go over to America and create a bunch of cutouts so we can launder all of our cash as we sell off this uranium for its different uses, both military and non-military. Is that really what he did? Who knows? We don't know the answer to that. But to me, it seems like it. I put his addresses all around Atlanta. He has all these cutouts around Atlanta, and they all got taken down by Twitter. So it would make sense to have a bunch of cutouts here in Atlanta because it's kind of in the nexus of all the action here. Here's the place in Huntsville, Alabama. This is your jet propulsion area. If you were going to bring in Russian scientists from the Russian program that collapsed in a Russian paperclip operation, you'd put it right around here in northern Alabama. Same thing for Oak Ridge was created about 80 years ago for the Nazi scientists. They created a whole city there in Oak Ridge. It's basically just a Manhattan project right here in northern Alabama. You would put maybe a BMW plant up there. You'd maybe put a Mercedes-Benz plant. Have some place where the investment to go, and then you'd employ and bring over the people from the Russian space program and the Russian nuclear weapons program. You'd probably put them right in here somewhere, maybe even up by Huntsville. And sure enough, Sergei Millian has a construction company. He's got all these foundations for kids. He's got all this kind of business. And the good thing about Atlanta is I can bring from, like, Haiti, I can bring in drugs from Haiti and sell them to the CDC, as well as, you know, I can cover them in body parts. I don't know if you remember way back, we did BioFlorida down here, and it would be the perfect cover to say, oh, okay, here's all the, you know, the livers and all the organs delivered of all the people that died of whatever disease in Haiti. And oh, by the way, we'll just take the cake underneath and sell it in the United States through our network that we've developed at the CDC. I'm not saying that's what Donna Shalala did at Clinton Foundation, but I'm just saying all the pieces are there to put together a nice network. And if you said, hey, well, we're trying to do it for this Russian paperclip operation, then you can kind of justify it. Just the same way the Nazis justified having a drug operation in Cuba to pay for the Nazi paperclip. Why not have a drug rat line from Haiti to Atlanta for the Russian paperclip operation for the nuclear program and space scientists?